Greetings and salutations. So, today we're going to talk about the mayor of Arcadia accused of being a Chinese agent and resigning to avoid jail time. It's the weird story of the week.
Messages to pro-China propaganda. The SoCal mayor accused of acting as an
First of all, she's supposed to be 58 years old, big bro. She looks like she's 18. That's some serious filters going on. And I know KTLA did not put them filters on her face. That's trippy to me, bro. I'm telling you, it's the weird story of the week, bro. That's about as weird as it gets.
illegal covert agent for Beijing.
And when you look at the comments, a good portion, up to half of the comments, talk about like, why does this female look like she's like 18, 19 years old, bro? And she is 58, bro. Facts. And there was one image of her without the filters, and what's a big difference? These women need to leave these filters alone because when somebody's going to see an image of you without the filters, and they're going to get in a car wreck.
For years. Good evening. I'm Micah Omer.
And I'm Cher Calvin. The mayor of Arcadia has now resigned and taken a plea deal after the FBI says she admitted to secretly serving the interests of the Chinese government.
Carlos Saucedo live in Arcadia for us tonight. Carlos.
So basically, she's accused of being an illegal foreign agent for the Chinese government, and that she ran a web page that would inform people that the Chinese government was not complicit and not culpable in the genocide of the Uyghurs, and that there were no forced labor camps.
Micah, Cher, the city of Arcadia is without a mayor tonight after Eilleen Wang stepped down following these federal.
And the funny part about it is she was voted into office. You know, I'm telling you, and look, I don't know how effective that's actually a goofy story. This story aside, there are a lot of mayors in this country that ain't from here. Like it's madness. There's a city in Ohio that has a Muslim mayor, Muslim majority citizenship, mostly Muslims on the council, city council, and they had the American flag removed from public buildings, which I think is funny. What do I care? But I think it's hilarious. I think it's hilarious because some of these cities would be ghost towns if they didn't let foreigners come in and take over. What do I care about a city becoming a ghost town? I mean, not every city is gonna just live on forever. You know, some cities, the best thing to happen to the city is for it to become a ghost town. Doesn't mean it'll never live again. But regardless, there's a lot of cities that are no longer ghost towns because a bunch of foreigners moved there. And that's a fact, bro. They're trying to do the same thing in Texas. But wheelchair Nazi, turn that around. You ain't having none of that. But it's amazing. Some of these cities outstanding, but it's just amazing that the people that we vote for and put in the office is just amazing.
Charges. Now, she's accused of acting as a foreign agent for the Chinese government, and tonight the Trump administration is weighing in.
Arcadia 第三区4
That's Eilleen Wang in a 2022 campaign video when she was running for Arcadia City Council. On Monday, the 58-year-old resigned from her post as mayor after being charged with acting as a foreign agent for the Chinese government. The Department of Justice says Wang worked with Yaoning Mike Soon, an associate, to promote the interests of the People's Republic of China, pushing propaganda in the U.S. Among their platforms.
Now, it amazes me how you can go to jail in the U.S. for this, I guess. But the U.S. does this crap all the time. They got foreign agents in every single country preaching to people that slavery never happened in the United States and that racism never happened and segregation never happened. Everybody is equal over here, and we never had it so good. Police aren't really running through brown and black neighborhoods acting a fool, trying to lock up every male they could find. Public school systems aren't really being destroyed in black and brown neighborhoods. Black and brown neighborhoods don't really struggle with ultra mega high incarceration rates. Families in black communities aren't being destroyed. Drugs aren't being pushed into brown and black communities. They do this crap all the time, bro. But you do that over here, you're going to jail. It's amazing.
Platforms, a Southern California Chinese American community news source used to allegedly disseminate biased news articles.
She was trying to say things like there was no genocide, there's no forced.
And this guy here is supposed to be a defense attorney, but he sounds like an agent of the U.S. government. Like he would have tried to lock her up himself if he could put down his latte and his freaking donut long enough.
Labor or things of that nature against certain minorities by the Chinese government in order to propitiate them.
Everybody already knows that's what they did. Just because she says they didn't. I mean, what happened to freedom of speech in this country? She can say whatever she wants. They voted her into office. She can say whatever she wants. I don't hear the people of the city of Arcadia complaining, but all the way up in DC, they're complaining. Like, it's amazing to me. They can't even control the states, but except the red ones, but they can reach down in the blue states and screw with people. Like, it's just funny to me. I mean, look, man, I'm not saying, I don't support necessarily Chinese spies running around the country doing whatever they want, but it's a different ballgame when they're accused of allegedly bringing in viruses, bringing in insects they're not supposed to bringing in plants they're not supposed to bring in, invasive plant life and different invasive species you're not supposed to bring in, invasive or bringing in illegal spores and all that. That look, man, I'm all for those people facing the full brutality of the law, but just because she has a webpage saying that China wasn't complicit, everybody already knows they were complicit in that. I mean, if she wants to sit up and look like a goofball all day, she can do it. I just don't get it, bro. Like, they just pick and choose who they want to screw with, and they'll just screw with you all day long. Like, it's funny to me, bro.
That type of image for them. And the U.S. government says we're not going to allow that.
Lou Shapiro is a criminal defense attorney not involved in this case, but says the allegations were serious enough for Wang to step down as Arcadia's mayor.
She killing them images. She killing them images, bro. She killing them images. I mean, she killing it. It's funny to me.
This may not rise to the level of espionage, such as somebody spying on behalf of the government.
Thank you. Does not rise to the level of espionage. Why are we having this discussion? Well, the people of Arcadia aren't having her removed. They're coming all the way from DC screwing with people. If she wants to have a stupid webpage and talk about the Chinese government, she can do whatever she wants to do. The people of Arcadia put her Chinese butt in office. Let them deal with it.
But it is a sense of,
Look, if they just have to get up off their butts and do something, I could see if they went down to the county commissioner and said something like, hey, this ain't right. She's doing these things. You guys might want to consider doing something about it. Which who knows if they would even get out of bed in the morning. But that I understand. But for people from DC to come straight down and bring her up on charges just seems just like overreach to me. Like she can say whatever she wants. They voted her into office.
Trail, where somebody is in a position of political power in the United States. They have a lot of influence, a lot of reach, and instead,
I would not call the mayor of Arcadia a position of political power. They act like she's gonna have a whole army marching in the streets, locking up Americans. Like, I just don't get it, bro. Like, they can drum up whatever charges, and then all of a sudden, I tell you, it's like an episode of South Park where the South Park kids had all this Chinese influence and they locked up the whole city. Like that's what it's like to me. Like it's just amazing to me, bro.
instead of working on behalf of the United States and the local constituents, they're working on behalf of the Chinese government.
Arcadia city officials call the charges troubling, but say they stem from the time before Wang was sworn into office.
She is making sweet love to that camera.
It raises concerns for us and for our communities. This also relates to the conduct of one individual. There are no other city council members that are under investigation at this time.
The charges have sent shockwaves across the country. FBI Director Kash Patel posted on X that federal partners continue to move aggressively.
Kash Patel. He can be high as a kite off pills and liquor, Kentucky bourbon, taking the cases of it with him everywhere he goes. He can be just zooted out of his mind, bro. And he can just throw people in jail. It's amazing to me.
To root out this kind of influence in American institutions.
The last thing the Trump administration wants is any sort of Chinese influence into this country.
Now, officials say Wang has.
The last thing the U.S. government wants is this dude is a goofy. That tie looks like a clip-on, first off. And it's like he's been wearing that same tie since the 4th grade. As soon as that camera turns off, he's going to get right back to his latte and his freaking whatever they eat down there. The U.S. government is concerned about Chinese influence. We owe China almost $700 billion, which is in our deficit. China owns all kinds of property over here on U.S. soil. What is he talking about? What the heck is he talking about? Chinese influence. What is he talking about? That chick, we don't owe that chick $700 billion. That chick doesn't have her finger in our deficit. That chick doesn't own just hella property all over the country. The Chinese government does. So what's this guy talking about? It's a little bit of a difference in that and a little dinky webpage talking about China didn't really kill a bunch of Uyghurs and take the rest of them to forced labor camps. We already know that's what they did. If she wants to set up and tell lies all day, who cares? They put her stupid butt in office. They put her in office.
Agreed to plead guilty and could face up to 10 years in federal prison. In the meantime, the city will be selecting a new mayor at next week's council meeting. That's the latest from Arcadia. Carlos Salcedo, KTLA 5 News.
Los Angeles continues to be one of the country's.
And so, just for me personally,
Now at 11 from Secret.
the story just sort of struck me as much as those images of her struck me. She need to lay off them filters, especially saying that's don't look like she's gonna be doing no jail time. So see, that's another thing that if they were that serious about it, she'd be doing jail time, bro. She ain't doing no jail time. They slapped 10 years on her and told her you either resign or you going to the Charlie Chicken farm, and she resigned. Like it's all just bullcrap to me. They want to look like they're serious about China, and the guy was over there kissing them in the mouth just a couple days ago. Like, get out of here, bro. It's just a weird story to me. Like, and it's also weird that they would vote this person in the office thinking that she's, I mean, I don't know what they thought that she. I don't know what she ran on. It says she successfully switched her political party affiliation from Republican to Democrat, which is probably why she's facing jail time. I don't know, man. You tell me. Let's get some comments in the comment section. I appreciate y'all.